Activities to mark the 100th anniversary of the Berbice High School are ongoing. Shanice Beckles reports.
Dashing and elegant are words that could be used to describe the men and women who attended the cocktail party held on the lawns of State House on Wednesday evening, hosted by Region 6 Regional Chairman Mr. David Armagon as part of the 100th anniversary celebration for the Berbice High School. The formal cocktail and meet and greet was like a burst of excitement as attendees interacted. There was great music and lots of eating and drinking. The party was attended by former and current students and staff of the school, guests and well-wishers. Also, yesterday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. the school held an art and literary exhibition. Art collectors, designers and writers all gathered at the school to display their works and collections, while some were up for sale. Collector of historical artifacts Mr. Samuel Singh explained the nature of his exhibition.
I've been collecting these artifacts for the last 30 years. After looking at the different excavation in the town and so on, how some of these were showing up, I decided to start collecting. I invest quite a sum of money in them, and I started to save them and keep them, and they become a part of me and I become a part of them for the last 30 years. I displayed them once in 2000 when they had the first town in New Amsterdam, and then I displayed them at the first Carry Festa in Albion in the quarantine, and I was sponsored by the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. And then of course Berbice High School had asked, and I planned to showcase it on behalf of the Centennial celebration. Behind me, as you could see, is two pieces of original slave painting. Both paintings were done about 25 years ago by an artist by the name of Abrams, and he passed away here in New Amsterdam. We sat down together and brainstormed and came up with this kind of depicting of the slave. At the bottom is the original slave mart and thistle and a 100-year-old milk pot from the indenture ship. And then on this side of the table here, if you turn and cross in, this is an original 13th century clay jar by the native Amerindians. And this was authentic, proven by the museum in Paramaribo. I've looked all over the museum in Georgetown and even online, and you can't find information dating back so far. And then of course on this side, from the 3rd to the 17th century, all the way up to the 19th century, which include Book Tate before Guyana, British Guyana. As you could see, British Guyana, Book Tate. This is how they used to bottle the alcohol before. So you get Banks CIH here, and then you get them Guardias Book Tate over here. And then you got the inkwell on this side of the table. You have 17th century onions bottle. And then you got soda bottles, you got medicine bottles. These medicine bottles that was taken from the old New Amsterdam hospital, they were discarded from at that time, but they are British medicine bottle dated back in the 18th century. And then these are Pachin wine bottles. These are gin bottles, 17th century gin bottle, handmade. And this is stored in the 19th century, different soda bottles.
Patricia Helwig, a Georgetown-based designer and owner of Despot Creations, enlightened the public on what she had to offer.
I am Patricia Helwig. We're up here, me and my colleague is up here for an exhibition because it's the 100th anniversary of the Berbice High School, and we are Berbicians, so we were invited to come up for this craft exhibition. And here we have our different stuff, all locally made. We have tie-dye, discharge fabrics, we have dolls. Over there we have the fridge magnets that is made with the maizena or the cornstarch. We have handmade chains, bands. We have hats which are also handmade. And these are my designs. Those are shirts that we have here for both male and female, and we would like persons to come down, have a look, see and buy, because we traveled all the way from Georgetown, and we'd be very grateful for their support if they can come out and support us.
Also on display were books, craft, trophies of the school's accomplishments, hand-embroidered quilts, and the work of renowned author Hazel Moses, who was also in attendance at the exhibition. These events were part of the activities planned as part of the school's centenary anniversary. Current and former students and staffs are encouraged to come out and be a part of the festivities, which will conclude on Monday, September 5th. Shanice Beckles reported for Channel 8 News.